Thanks so much for joining. So today I'm going to show you how you can create these really cute sort of tea invitations, or I'm so sorry, tea thank you tags. I actually did create these for my cousin's baby shower, and I stuck the tea bag portion inside of a little bag, and they turned out really cute, and really they're pretty versatile. You can use these for nearly any favor that you have for a bridal shower and or baby shower. So the suggestion came from actually my YouTube channel. One of the comments asked me to make these and show how to make these, and I do have a YouTube channel, and if you would subscribe to my channel and or like any of all my videos, I would be so appreciative. But I have everything from creating water bottle labels to banners to thank you tags. I also have something called searching fonts, installing fonts, and using symbols. If you do not know how to download and install new fonts, please watch that video, and it'll make a whole lot of sense for you while I'm going through this. Alright, so let me go ahead and show you how to create these. The first thing we want to do is go to File, New, Blank Document. And we want to go to Page Layout, we want to go to Margins, and we want to go to Narrow. Next thing we want to do is get sort of that T outline. So we're going to go up to Google. If you like to use Bing and or Yahoo, feel free. And I'm going to type in tea bag, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Images. And the image I used is all the way over here. And I'm just going to right click, and I'm going to do a Save Picture As, and we're going to save that. Okay. We're going to go back to our document, and we're going to go to Home or Insert Picture, and we're going to click on that picture we just saved. Okay. Then we want to go ahead and make this bigger, and then finally we want to click on Format, and we want to click on Crop. Okay. When we crop this, we want to wait till we see that little black T right there. We want to move that up, and we're basically just cropping the picture to grab only what we need. And if we go ahead and take a look at the size or the height of this and the width, if we take a look up here, this is about right and about what I used in my example. If you want to make this bigger or smaller, feel free. Again, this should be used more as a guide. All right, so now how to get this sort of transparent so that you can write on top of this. First thing we want to do is go down to Corrections, and we want to do the brightness 40, contrast 20. We then want to go to our color and go down to gray, -25. Now we can actually write on top of this, but unfortunately we can't see the outline. So what we want to do is click on Picture Effects, we want to click on Shadow, and we want to click on Inner Shadow or Inside Center. Once we do that, now we can see that we have sort of the shadow here. But we still have the string and it doesn't look very good. So we want to go down to Picture Effects, Shadow, and we want to click all the way to Shadow Options. Once we do that, off to the left-hand side, this is going to open up, and we want to move our blur up to about 33 is what I used. And transparency, I put up to 62%. Okay, so if you take a look, it's looking closer. And then the final thing I did was I clicked on Soft Edges, and I went ahead and added 2.5. Okay, once you do that, we actually get rid of the string and we have sort of this nice outline. So from here, all we have to do is click on Insert Text Box, and we can go ahead and draw a text box. And we can just go ahead and make this text box right over. Obviously, we want to format, and we want to do a shape fill of no fill and a shape outline of no outline. And we want to write, thanks for coming. And we can make this lowercase form. And we want to highlight this. And the font we used is Mom's Typewriter. Again, if you do not know how to download and install new fonts, please watch my video. And it's a 16-point font, and we obviously want to center this. The T was actually a different font, and that was actually called Baroque Script. Okay. All right. Next thing we want to do is we want to insert a symbol. Again, if you don't know how to download, install new fonts and work with symbols, watch that video. But when we insert the symbol, we're going to go to More Symbols. Okay. Almost any font that you download is going to come with their own symbols. So the font that I'm using is Curls MT. So if you don't have that font, go ahead and download and install that font. And then you can simply just double click, or you can click insert to get this little curly Q. And again, this is a font, and the font size of this is 26. Okay. Don't know why it just did that. But we're just going to go ahead and add that again. And then we want to hit enter. And then finally, for the dates, it is back to Mom's typewriter, and it is an 11-point font. And we want to type in 6, 12, 16, whatever date that you have. And then once again, we want to go in between the 6 and the 12, because again, June 12, 2016. We want to do insert, and we want to do symbol, and we want to do more symbols. And this, I actually did use the default wingdings too. And you want to go over here to the mid-size circle and just double click, or you can click insert and then move over to the 12, and again, insert symbol. And it should be default right up here at the top if you've previously used it. So you can just click on that and it'll add that in. And that's it. The next thing we want to do is we want to insert a text box, and we want to draw a text box, which is going to be this little side that you're going to put in. And I did make this 1 inch by 1 inch. If you want to make this bigger or smaller, depending on the amount of font you want to do, please feel free to do that. For the shape fill, I did more fill colors, and I think I did this color blue. The key here is, though, I did a transparency of about 75%. Okay, and I'll tell you why I did that transparency later. And then I made the shape outline of that darker blue. If you want to play with the outline, weight, you absolutely can. Make it bigger, smaller, whatever you like. But from here, we went ahead and wrote Tasha's baby shower. And we went ahead and put this as Mom's typewriter. And we want to add a little enter up there. And if that's too much of, it's starting too far down, what you could do is go over here to line spacing options and go to 0 and go to single. And that should move it up. And basically what happened was when I pressed enter, it was basically putting in a blank space above that, and the line spacing was closer to 1.5 spaces. So all I did was change it to 1 space to kind of move that up. Okay. And then finally, my sister or my cousin really liked dragonflies, so we added a picture of a dragonfly. I'm not going to show you how to download and install a dragonfly, because I already, quite frankly, showed you how to do that. So I'm just going to use what I already have. But I'm going to click on this and do behind text. If you saw, again, you can also right click and do wrap text, and you want to do behind text. And then you can move this around. We obviously, if we put this right underneath there, the black on black isn't going to work, so we want to click on corrections, or we want to click on color and add this gray, and now you can see through it. Also, if you notice, this blue is transparent, so you can now see through and see that dragonfly. So that was the reason why we use that transparent color. Okay, and then from here you can simply move the dragonfly around. From here, you can hold down the Shift key, click on this text box, click on this text box, and then you can right click and you can say group, and then you can do a copy, and then you can do a paste. And my Word has kind of been acting a little, I think I need to reboot. So I apologize for this dragonfly coming in front. If that does happen to you, you can always right click and just say send it back, and that'll fix it. Once again, you can click on ungroup, and then you can just click on this dragonfly and say send it back. And then you can obviously copy, because I forgot to copy that picture of the bag, and do the paste. And we can do behind text, and then we can very easily move this around. So that was actually the reason why I couldn't originally copy that. It didn't copy the picture of the tea bag, is because I forgot to change the alignment to behind text. So that's the reason why I didn't pull it, but you could very easily change that and do that at the very end, which I just showed you. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please like my video on YouTube. Again, I do monitor the chat lines, so I am welcome any and all feedback. And thanks so much for joining.